Welcome everyone. It is round 2 of this Optimal Loot tournament of Sly 3. And today our match is Avatar versus Shadow. So, how are your runners feeling about this match? Excited or scared?
A little bit of both. For me, it's been a very weird week personally, so I have absolutely no idea how it's going to go today, but I'm excited nonetheless.
Yeah,
But
ditto to that. I mean, obviously, I know it's all RNG based, but I'm still facing a very good opponent who knows a lot about the game. I've had a pretty busy week, and I don't know how this is going to go, but that's the joy of it. So I'm still excited and scared at the same time.
and also with me in commentary is Kila today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, except for the like 3.5 hours of sleep I got last night. But other than that, I'm ready to watch some optimal loot.
Yeah, same here. So I guess we can go through the rules. So the goal is to get the optimal loot there in the screen. If a runner skips an episode, it's gonna be a 3-minute penalty. The time and who actually gets most loots wins, or if there's a tie, then time decides, or if the time is tied and loots, then it's gonna be the coins. So yeah, there's some tiebreakers, but that's the basics, I guess.
Yeah, right. And once you get to 10 minutes per episode, if you decide you want to skip that loot, you can go ahead and do that. Add your 3 minutes at the end of the run, and remember that our tiebreaker happens if we get between 30 seconds of the time with those penalties added on. So
Yeah, like I remember. Yeah, I remember my match was actually pretty tight, actually exciting match what I had in first round. But oh well, we're now here to see how who's gonna take this.
That was a very
Right.
tight match indeed. I am ready whenever.
Yeah, I was
Likewise,
about to say. Yeah. Okay. So if runners are ready, I believe both of the commentators, myself and Power Man, are ready.
So I am.
So I'll give a countdown, and we can start on go. So 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck,
best of
runners.
luck, Avatar.
Best
May
of
the
luck.
best RNG win.
All right, here it goes.
Right. Yeah, we're seeing that. Shadow's using the Murray strats again, so it's another battle between our Gauntlet movement, play with Sly, and a more, our more intermediate to beginner player friendly Murray things.
You sad with me haven't seen Bentley here. Bentley's left behind.
I mean, Bentley's the best character. How could you not want to use a magnet on a fishing line? But yeah, already. I mean, look at the ground that they both covered, and they're relatively equal. But I remember saying yesterday about how much faster Sly can get to these loots, and Murray's just kind of roughly in the same place, but it looks like Avatar has just a little bit more of like a lead in map coverage so far, and I think that'll be something that we'll probably see through the entire run here.
And Avatar is also using the speedrun strat, rocket boot, boost boosting, and so on. So
Yeah, that gauntlet push boost and everything, plus rocket boots. I think that's I think that's really just like the peak of how fast you can get in this game, especially because you can cover all these you can cover all these gaps and everything without having to slow down, since Murray doesn't really get to keep a lot of momentum anyway through everything. So I think that gives just a little bit of an advantage, especially because you can just spawn so many guards and get more chances at loot.
Yeah, chat actually is talking about that Hasty actually used Bentley in EP5, but nobody having used Bentley for a whole match.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was the first match that there was, or no, I guess the first match was first in Sonic, but I remember one of the first matches was episode 5. They had Bentley is like they're both gonna use Bentley and grab the loot, which I think is pretty fun to do, you know, just between the runners. But I do wish we'd see something with Bentley, even though I know that it's just not useful. Oh, and there's the gold pen for Avatar already. Wow,
Yeah, so
235.
that's pretty fast.
Yeah. I think I was talking about this yesterday too, where it's like, it feels that whenever you get the loot in episode 1 and like pretty much episode 3 as well, that you either get it really fast or you just probably don't get it. And yeah, I think Avatar has gotten a gold pen in all of his matches so far.
It seems like it, the chat is saying, and I actually also did run this today, because I actually did a trifecta optimal route run.
Yeah, I saw you got around an hour and something time, right?
Yeah, 154 flat actually, and in slide 3 I had to skip, was it like EP 1, 2, and 3? Or was it like, but... Yeah, it was around the overall.
Man.
Shadowz is still looking for the gold pen.
Yeah, and then, you know, as always, anything could happen, just like we saw yesterday. I mean, we had Make Man skip 3 loots in a row, and then just come through and speed through both the large diamonds in the last 2 episodes in less than like 3 minutes, I think it was.
Actually, same outcome in the first round match when I was facing Bacon. He also didn't find the first 3 loot, or got the last 2.
Was it that same way, really? I remember
Yeah.
that you both had to skip a few, but man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like I was gonna comment on it yesterday, but I forgot. But like, I was saying, like, most of the time, if you get to your 10 minutes, I still think personally that time-wise, if you think that you're not gonna get the loot within your next couple guards, or like you really just don't want to take that 3-minute time penalty, and you think maybe you can get it within those 3 minutes, that it's just better to skip as soon as it hits 10 minutes, or if you have a couple guards around and you see that 1 or 2 has loot, just to grab that loot and, you know, see if it's your lucky loot, and if not, you know, just pass on the episode, which I wonder if that'll be another story of the match today.
See. Sometimes even I have tried to be like or 15 minutes in an episode, but no luck. So
Yeah. Of course it sucks to have to skip it, because, you know, it always feels bad when you can't get whatever it is, but at least you're not locked into having to find the loot, because, you know, you could have we could pull another route, apparently, is what we're gonna call it for the rest of the tournament, because I feel like it's funny. Where you just get to episode 5 and you just can't pull anything for like 5 minutes. It's just, it sucks so much that you have to finish the episode that way.
there's the gold pen for Hava, but not gold medal.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever find the gold medal. Yeah, and apparently there were a lot more gold medals than I thought there were in episode, but it just feels like there haven't been that many. I think it's 4 runners have gotten them. But, you know, maybe we'll see another one today. Hopefully.
It would be insane if someone could actually get all of the loots, because that probably haven't happened yet.
Yeah, getting all the loots would be really insane, especially with, like, how rare it is to still get that gold medal. Even though, like, it's weird because we know that the flashlight guards in episode 2 can have them, but also that the rooftop dingoes can have them. But it's just that because the flashlight guards can have those extra loots, it feels like even though the probability should kind of go up between both of the guards, that it really hasn't changed between anything just because of the loot pools. But yeah, still Shadowz
Another
hasn't found.
then.
Yeah, another gold pen just to add on the insult. But Shadow still hasn't found it. He has found a lot of gold watches though.
I remember in my match I actually got like 8 large gold bars in EP4.
Yeah, it's always a thing where you go to the next episode and like your next few loots you'll get like something from the first couple that you didn't get, and that's when it just feels bad because you wish you could have got it in the episode.
It's always like, ah, damn it, nothing. Too late.
Also, I wanted to bring this up just while we have a little bit of in-between time. So, in your match, you decided, and I remember on commentary, I was talking about this as well. For you on commentary, you talked about doing episode 5 and going and sailing to get the loot instead of going through the guards. Is there any reason for that other than, it might be easier to grab the loot there? Because I feel like I had the same idea, but I wasn't too sure if the time that you had to spend maybe fighting or like fighting the ships and then the captains to get the loot was worth the time compared to just spawning a million guards and hoping that you get something.
There's the gold medal for Ava, actually.
Oh wow, he does get the gold medal.
Yeah, so the ship strat, well, I thought about in the ships you kind of get very like high tier loot, so I thought it might be a better option to try that, so that's why I went for it. That's basically it.
Okay, yeah, I was really curious. Thought maybe it was if you had some big brain strat, we could let everybody know about it. But I mean that's really what I was thinking about too. And there's another gold watch for Shadowz, and he's also coming up on time to be able to skip to the next episode. But yeah, with
Not looking good for Shadows at the moment, unfortunately.
yeah, and this is kind of why I say like I think Murray is good overall because he's consistent with being able to do everything and get all these loots pretty much regardless of what happens, especially with temporal lock. But as Sly, you get to just cover so much more ground faster, and you can spawn guards and get to the areas you need if there's, like the hangars in episode 3 where Avatar is now. It's just a lot more consistent with the guard spawns here, and it's a lot easier to get the guards to spawn. And as Murray, it takes just a little bit extra to get here, but depending on the route you take, it's not as quick to get here, and it's not as easy to get good guard spawns because you might not check over in front of the castle over here.
Yeah, Shadows now onto EP2.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah,
The Shadows-
Shadowz not looking the best right now, but again, we've had plenty of these where someone's had to skip the first couple loots, comes back, and the other person might get the first couple and not get any until the large diamond in the last episode.
So we can notice that with Sly, when you loot, you can actually kind of see what loot is there, so you can then not take it if you see it's not the right one, like a wife doing. He knows that's not the gold bar, how he just kills the guard. And
Right.
when you have the Murray you take, you don't really see what loot is it, because Murray is just taking so hard.
Yeah, with Murray, it's with that same thing. It's kind of hard to see the loot because if you really want to look at it, I think you can. I don't ever see them do it though because I think it's not really worth your the time you wasted to just look at it and then toss the guard instead of just shaking the guard and just getting to the loot and seeing what you got instead. But yeah, that's another advantage that I think Sly players have because a lot of the loots apparently.
Where's the gold bar? Oh my
He
god.
got the gold bar. That's 3 in a
Come on.
row. Are we gonna see the 5? Are we gonna see all 5 loots this run? It's only been 12 minutes.
Yeah. Ava is having an insane luck with these loots.
All right, boys. If you
This-
bet on Avatar, you might be a winner today.
yeah, it's like it's kind of same luck. So in my traffic opener, when I got to Sly 4, I had EP4, 3, 4, and 5 left. And I got the first card with loot, had the 500 loot in all of those episodes. That's kind of same kind of luck with Ava now.
Yeah, this is just like the most insane luck we've seen so far, at least in the first couple episodes. And this really sucks for Shadowz because he has to get all 4 loots from here. Because if not, he either has to get all 4 loots or he has to beat Avatar on time. Which is gonna be rough, seeing as he's already had to skip a loot. So if he skips the next one and gets the next 3, somehow, or even, well, yeah, I guess that's really what he would have to do, realistically. He would still have to beat him on the tiebreaker time and his penalty time, which feels insurmountable right now.
Yeah, it really much seems like it. Oh, silver medal, that was close for Shadow.
Man,
Not quite.
yeah, gonna get some more troll medals. Like first episode, Shadowz gets a couple silver pens, a bunch of gold and silver watches, and a few rings. Now he's just gonna get silver medals.
Yeah, it's kind of cursed.
Yeah, like episode 2 is just cursed in that sense. Yeah, which is why I think I still think that episode 2 is worse for loot than episode 3, like 100%. And it's just because of how the loot spread is for these the flashlight guards in episode 2.
Fourth gold, the silver pen in a row for Shadow. Ah,
Yeah, I really feel that. That's it's just life.
I mean, actually, me and Shadow actually did a little practice match before this stream, and Shadow also had a little meh around in that, but I think he got the gold medal at least in that run, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's like whenever you're practicing, you're like, cool, I can get these like 30-minute times or like high 30, low 40-minute times max.
There's the gold
there's
pen, but late.
There's the missed gold pen. But it's like in practice, you can get these great times, and then, you know, all your segments look good, and then you get to the match, and your luck is just gone.
Like, in my slide today in that run, well, I got like the EP4 diamond in 3 minutes, and then EP5, I looked at the card below safe house and it had the diamond. I was like, if I had this luck on my match, god damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think pretty much all the luck was kind of cursed in your match for both sides. I think. What was there? Just 2 loots in your match, right? Just the last couple episodes.
Yeah, it was like I didn't get the EP1 or 2 loots, I got the gold part, and Bacon got the 4 diamonds, and I got the EP5 diamonds, so. Yeah.
Yeah, which still, I wonder if we'll see more any more sailing in the tournament, because I kind of really hope we do, because, you know, as a kid that was one of my favorite things. Like, I really liked the sailing because I thought it was really fun to just like do all the battles and like all the missions, and then even just casual play. Like, it was just so fun to go, you know, shoot all the ships. I hope maybe someone else in the tournament feels the same way and gives us more ship battles.
Let's see.
Yeah, still Shadowz. No luck on any of the loot, and just getting cursed with a silver, like the tier right under the loot he's trying to find.
At least EP4 haven't been that fast than the other EPs for our at the moment. Still trying to find the diamond.
Yeah, and I kind of find it weird that they took the diamond as like the largest loot in like both of these episodes because pretty much every other game, I believe that there's like separate loot pools for each episode, right? Sly 2, I can't remember all the loots, but I know Sly 4 does have separate loots for each episode.
Yeah, so therefore it goes like there's only 3 type of loot. It's 100, 200, 500 in a VR episode.
Right. And then
slide 2, it actually changes between cards the loot. So like EP1 it's gold ring, then EP2 and 3 are gold medal, then it's rubies, large necklace and large diamond in EP8. So in slide 2 it actually changes depending on what cards are in the hubs or something.
Gotcha. Yeah, Sly 2 with loots is like one of the things I'm not super familiar with compared to these loots, just because I didn't play that game way too much as a kid. Still love the games. That was just one of the ones I got a little bit later.
So one thing I wish they could do with slide 3 is that maybe they could have done it so that the EP4 couldn't have diamonds and it would have like necklaces, and then the large necklace would have been the optimal loot here and not the diamond.
Yeah, I was thinking something like more on the theme like that, like maybe like a necklace or like some kind of like brooch or something. But I guess they just decided they wanted to put diamonds in both of them for whatever reasons. Yeah, Shadowz. Shadowz just not having a great time right now, it looks like, and also coming up on about a minute until he can skip to the next episode again, too. But Avatar's still not picking up his luck streak and getting this 4th flute just yet, but he's got plenty of time, whether he really knows it or not. I assume he thinks he does. Just because he got those 3 loots so quick. I mean, 12 minutes, 3 loots in. That's just insane pacing.
Yeah, they're in the runners we see and they're not muted, so I would assume they are talking.
Yeah. I would assume that the frustrations are there.
I mean, this is about me and Pegama didn't really tell, but in our match we were actually talking in Finnish during the match. Because we both were Finns, so it was easy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I forget that like the runners do go into their own voice chat if they do want to talk. They can, but oh, I gotta see Shadowz get this last guard, and I think he's gonna skip the episode right after if he doesn't get it. Yeah.
Silver medal.
Oh, he's okay. He's still trying to get a couple more guards.
Yeah, it seems like it.
So this tells me they probably are talking, and that he knows that he. Okay, well.
Now he's gonna.
Here he goes to the next episode. He probably knows, and he's just hoping maybe on time he might be able to, rush through this episode, maybe rush through episode 4 and 5, and hope that he gets loots. Oh, and he's switching to Sly for episode 3. We're gonna see some gauntlet strats for both. Also, we're seeing more use of shadow power in this match, because shadow power is good.
Yeah, when you remember to use it. Yeah, I feel kinda dumb, cause chat you don't know. So in my match, I totally forgot the shadow power is a thing in Sly 3, because I have played Sly 4 before that match, so that's why I only used the bomb. Whoops.
Yeah, that's just it's just one of those things. Sometimes you remember it exists. Sometimes you're like, oh wait, I really screwed up. But man, yeah, an Avatar coming up I believe, has about 20 seconds or so, roughly, until he can skip this episode. So I wonder if he will try to, or if he'll just try to get this diamond for just a little bit, maybe just to save on time, or maybe he just really wants to skip through this and get to the next episode, which it looks like he is.
Taking your cheat code, it's taking a while to load, and that's AP5, so it's a skip.
Yep. So we're missing the episode 4 loot, so we aren't getting the sweep today, boys. It's it was a good try.
Yeah. Now it depends how fast I can get this diamond, so... He needs to be very unlucky and Shadow needs to be super lucky if Shadow wants to, you know, win.
Yeah, he needs root times 4.
Yes.
But maybe we'll see Avatar go on a little bit of sailing if he spends some time here.
That doesn't seem like it at the moment.
I mean, I still doubt it for pretty
There
much
it is.
everybody. Oh wow, and there's the large diamond.
Yeah, that's a win for our...
Yeah.
God damn. 4 lose out of 5. That must be the best so far, or maybe tie.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
is. I think that's definitely the best so far. I from the matches I've seen, which I believe I've watched all the VODs for the few that I haven't been able to watch live. I think 4 loots is the best that we've gotten so far, which is really crazy.
Yeah, it seems like Shadow is still trying. Proceed me to out the menu. Let's see.
Yeah, just
Okay,
let let Shadow do his thing and. Oh. All right. Just
yeah, he's like, I don't know what he's doing as he's using the menus and stuff. So, is he still trying, or what?
Not too sure. I was gonna.
Okay, not anymore.
Yeah, that answers the question. All right, welcome back, runners.
Howdy,
Yes.
howdy.
Howdy,
Oh,
guys.
that was quite the stroke of luck I saw today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So
yeah, this was kind of match of good luck versus bad luck, clearly.
Hey, that's how it goes sometimes, you know. Can't be mad. That's just
Yeah.
the game we play.
yeah, that's really the show, the RNG of this run. But would you both like to tell us a little about how you felt during the runs? You know, how things felt like they were going.
Abby, you can go first.
Well, it's like I didn't really have any. I'm in such a weird mood these past few days, so it's
There
kind
we
of
go.
hard for me to. It's kind of hard for me
Sorry.
to put words into it.
Yeah,
It's like I was on comms with Shadows the entire time, and you know, me saying every time I got loot, and then yeah, Shadows not getting any was. It was very clearly a one-sided match, so to speak, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah, we were talking about that. It's just like crazy. Like you got 3 loots in, I believe, 12 minutes was roughly about the time estimate, which is just insane for the loots in this game.
Yeah, especially EP2 and 3, which are the rarest.
Yeah, episode. Yeah. I think 2 is the episode that we have the least loots overall so far in the tournament, but also it's the rarer one out of all of them, I believe so statistically, just because of how spread it is.
I believe it's large gold bar that's the rarest, but EP2 still sucks because the
Is it
bronze
really?
looting. Someone
See,
can quote me on that in the chat, but I do believe it's large gold bar is rare.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't had
it's
anybody
because
tell me just yet.
the rooftop dingoes in EP2 can have gold medals, so they're statistically a little bit more common in gold bars or in EP3.
Even with the extra loophole additions that the flashlight guards have in episode 2.
Yes, even with that, surprisingly.
Huh. That's crazy. I thought maybe with that it would have like brought it back down either to a little bit worse or just about equal probably, but that's really interesting to know. So I'll keep that in mind. But, yeah, we have 2 of the rarest loots in this run. But we were hoping, everybody was really hoping to see the full board, get all 5 loots this run.
Honestly, I was hoping for that as well. EP4 was just, it said not today.
At the pace he was going, I honestly thought that's where we were going. But, you know.
Yeah, the pace is just insane today. But yeah, so you guys said you were in comms the entire time. Was there just, you know, every time you got a loot, you're just like, hey, I got loot, and just that's it, or you know, you guys
Pretty
having
much.
a little?
Yeah, I wanted to at least let Shadowz know every time I got a loot or skipped one. To kind of like
Gosh.
get some intel between the 2 of us.
Holy shit, that's a high invisible wall.
Oh, Murray
Oh.
is flying.
What the hell? I didn't know that invisible wall went that high.
Yeah, we're having an exhibition of strats on the side.
Yeah, we have Murray proxying to heaven, and then we have Sly just flying out to sea.
Yeah, imagine if someone just makes a strat out of this freaking Murray proxy, I'd laugh.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. But I wanted to ask quickly, Shadowz, you used Murray the first 2 episodes, and then episode 3, you came out with Sly. Is there any reason really behind that, or is it just, you know, kind of felt like switching to him after that?
No, there is a reason. So, for anyone who saw my first match versus Kaluk, you know that I switched to Sly briefly in episode 5 because I thought like, there's a legitimate reason for doing this. He feels kind of faster, and I was actually going to use Sly the whole way in episode 5 as well, if I got that far. You know, unfortunately, it didn't work out that way today. But yeah, so in practice, I found that even though I can't push boost as well, considering I don't use cheat codes, I was thinking about like, okay, what's the best way possible to spawn as many guards as I can in EP3? And I found that just quickly feral pouncing between both sides of the river with Sly tends to spawn a lot. Whereas with Murray, you have to, you know, roll across the bridge and then like keep going around to the air hangar. Whereas with Sly, not only can you bounce back and forth between the river, but he also has a lot easier of a time getting on top of the hangars. So then, on top of going back and forth to spawn more guards, you can also kill a bunch of guards on the rooftop and then spawn more guards where you are before going back. And it's not like you have to worry about worrying about your juice running out, because there's always these infinitely spawning barrels in the middle of the hangars, which just give you health anyways.
Man, that's interesting to know.
Yeah,
The power.
that's really good reasoning.
Yeah, Power and I did a practice match before this, and I actually, I didn't tell him about it, but I used the strat there too.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I, unfortunately, you know, I didn't get to go the whole 9 yards and use Sly in the other episode too, but I still think it's interesting, and if someone wants to try incorporating character switching in multiple episodes, I'd be interested in seeing that, because as far as I'm aware, I think it's like the only something I've really done in this tournament. With all due respect to those who have done it and I'm forgetting.
Yeah, other than the brief Bentley swaps, you know, either for the meme or, you know, just because the runners wanted to. I think yours is the only actual like used character swap, or you know, someone just accidentally like choosing Sly or Murray and then switching to the other as soon as the run starts. But yeah, that's really good reasoning, and it's kind of, you know, part of why I feel a lot of the players that are a lot more familiar with Sly 3 are really playing Sly because, you know, part of that gauntlet movement is using all the push boost and feral pounce and all that just to get around the map a lot faster and to spawn all those guards.
Yeah, and I also wanted to mention, I don't mean to keep bragging about my own strats, but the reason why I wanted to switch to Sly in EP5 as well, I found that like he can also, for the same reason basically as like the hangars, he can get on top of the rooftops really easy as well. So on top of the guard spawn rate being really common, you can like feral pounce up to the rooftops, kill a bunch of guards, and then just always get flashlight guards in the streets. So
I've never
Yeah.
tried going over the rooftops, actually. I don't think
there's no real, I don't want to say there's no real reason, but I just find that if you have trouble spawning a few guards in episode 5, then like you go on the rooftops, kill a few guards, and then when you come back down to the streets, it's like there's guaranteed to be at least 1 or 2 in your vicinity, at least from my experience.
Yeah, about that, just because I think it's been mentioned, isn't there a thing in Sly 3, and it might be in Sly 2 also, where, if you try to spawn more guards but you haven't killed, like, I guess it's because of, like, a guard spawn limit, but if you haven't, if you spawn guards and you want to spawn, like, more flashlight guards, that you'll have to kill either the flashlight guards themselves to get them to respawn, or that you'd have to kill, like some of the rooftop guards, and then more of the flashlight guards will spawn. Is that
Yeah, that is something that
happens?
came into play in EP3 with me because I was looking for a flashlight guard around the windmill area, but I had killed him too recently for him to spawn. So the second I killed another flashlight guard, he spawned.
Okay, so I felt like I remember that being mentioned, but yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah. I guess also that's why most people do use Sly for these tournaments, because in Sly 2 you can only loot as Sly, so we are probably more used to it overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, I
shame
guess
that
so.
when we do the Sly 2 Optimal Loot Tournament next year, Kappa, that we can only use 1 character.
I thought the Ripper on Sly
Right.
4.
Or we get to Sly 4, we can also choose 3 characters there.
And then Bentley will actually be useful. Hoggers!
But yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's enough, so the match's over, and the next match is not scheduled yet, but stay tuned, it will be probably soon-ish. And we have like 2 matches, there's like Ling versus Knuti coming up, and then there's Riley versus, how to say it, Freeze, yeah. Those 2 matches are still coming in round 2, so stay tuned, and thanks for watching.
Yep.
GG
Just wanna
Zava,
say-
bye everyone.
Yep.
See
Just
y'all,
want to say
take
thank
care.
you to thank you to both the runners quickly, and thank you to Fireman for being on commentary with me, and thank you for everybody for watching.
I got a loot, let's go!
What the hell?
Sorry, I had to do that for sound off. Alright, we're good.
Alright. Bye bye.
See y'all.
Bye, everybody.